It's difficult, isn't it? When you've absolutely been very cruel to certain members of your family, and then you don't really know how to get in contact with them. This is the huge dilemma now for the former royals known as Harry and Meghan, but in particular, Prince Harry. You see, he was the sort of person that was allowed, as many of people are, in fact, very close family members at least, for a direct contact to His Majesty the King. But now this has truly happened, and it's literally thrown Harry out of the water. No idea what to do. Let me explain. Hi, good morning. Neil Sean here. Nice to see you. By the way, can we just give a belated happy birthday to the Duke of Kent? 88 years young. I think he does a terrific job. He's been amazing support to our late and wonderful monarch, Her Majesty the Queen. And let's be honest, just to get yourself rigged up in all of that uniform and appear at those state occasions takes an iron will. So whatever the royals do take in their morning tea or coffee, I'm sure we'd like a spoonful. Do you agree? As I say, a huge congratulations, happy birthday to the Duke of Kent. Met him, lovely, lovely man. Back as ever though to your breaking roll story of the day. The story, as I say, is a strange one when you think, because it just shows how fractious the family has become. Prince Harry, of course, recently in his memoir decided to trash his stepmother Camilla. Now, whichever way you look at it, it was a terrible situation because he basically claimed that she was throwing him around on the basis of the altar of PR. Then there were the stories all about the fake press parties that, as I've said to you before, simply don't happen. But then when you get into trouble later down the line, who do you call on? That's right, the bank of mum and dad. We've all been there, we've all needed them and still do. But what's interesting here is, you see, Prince Harry's found there's one particular dilemma. Let me explain. You see, before he was able to get hold of his father, quite simply through a series of, well, different telephone techniques via courtiers and assistants. I don't know if you know this, but His Majesty the King does not carry a mobile phone. Very much against digital technology, likes to meet people face to face, likes to write letters. Nothing wrong with that, each to their own. So, you can't necessarily just get up, pick up the phone and be sure to be put through to him. Yes, messages and missives can be passed on, but of course they take time. He's a busy man, as one can imagine. But there's one other way of contacting His Majesty the King, and that is for close associates and family members, Camilla. She does have a mobile. She is with him most of the time. And the bottom line is people know to call her. But as you can imagine now, this has become rather fractious, because if Prince Harry does indeed dare to dial that mobile phone number and suggest he'd like to speak to his father, I do not suggest for one moment that Camilla wouldn't be gracious enough indeed to pass the phone over. But he's got to get over that, hasn't he? How cruel he's been to her in print and on television in those interviews. And however stubborn Harry is, and we've seen that many times, I don't think he has the gumption to be able to do that. And of course, when you think about it, even if you wanted to reach out and perhaps say a few words of, I didn't mean this or I didn't mean that, he needs to start with her. As we've told you before, His Majesty the King would very much like, even just privately, for Harry to say sorry for all the cruel things that he said about the Prince and Princess of Wales, and of course his wife, Queen Camilla. There's a perfect opportunity. He has the number. He could dial it. Dare he? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.